Hey, Adam.
Yep.
How many hands do you have?
2.
How many paws do you have?
2 bear paws. I'm Adam Ennis.
And I'm Peter Martin.
And you're listening to the You'll Hear It podcast.
Daily jazz advice coming at you.
Coming at you because you're... Oh, my gosh. I dropped my phone again. No, you're referring to what my lovely wife, Heather, referred to on the podcast a couple of months ago, which is my bear paws, that I make our family's living with my hands, and yet I can't really do anything but play the piano with them.
Right.
I tend to drop a lot of things. I tend to, if I'm opening up a package, I tend to damage what's ever in it.
Is this more of a mental or is it a physical defect?
It's 100% mental.
Okay, because I could see you using it for certain housework. I can't help. I have bear paws.
Oh, that is a
or
little
if it's
bit.
time to tip. Oh, I can't. I'm a T-Rex. I can't reach
It's
with
like
my
that-
little bare hands.
The gator, I can't get the wallet. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that is a little bit like that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, why are we talking about hands anyway?
Well, we're talking about two-handed voicings today. We're doing as I like to say, a shallow dive, not a deep dive, because we don't have time for that.
We don't
People
have
are
time for that.
commuting. We've been told short commutes are happening again. I don't know if you knew that.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Well, also, I have a hard out in about 1 hour.
That's
so
right.
Let's get out of
So
here.
we got it. Well, this episode's not going to be an hour.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
You know what? But this episode is really interesting because we are going to start kind of going back into some of our older You'll Hear It blogs.
Yes.
That maybe, were around before we had a big listenership.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. This is from a blog post called Four-Handed... What is it?
Two-handed fourth voicings.
Two-handed fourth voicings. That's a
Four-handed
that's a
tooth
mouthful.
voicings. Would be interesting.
Tooth-handed fourth voicings.
And really, this is a 2-minute jazz video.
It is, yeah.
Is the extent of the blog post, but it's...
But I was watching it. I thought it was awesome, and I just thought that our You'll Hear It listeners would really appreciate some of your insights into these fourth voicings.
Yeah.
So what is a fourth voicing?
Oh no, a fourth voicing. I mean, for me, it's just a voicing with fourths in it, and I think the main one we're going to look at is actually all fourths. But I would also consider even something.
So
the key station can screw up any voicing. Can't it?
It's so lovely. Look
Big
at
shout out
this.
to M Audio.
Just the flimsiest plastic available.
We're going to put it out there. M Audio, if you're listening,
Up your game.
we will. No, I'm sure that they have upped game. Send us something better, and then we will stop our tirade against you. Right?
For sure.
I guess we could just buy something.
I mean,
better,
we did
too.
buy the cheapest possible key station.
I think this was $49.
It was really...
I think it was $1 per note.
That's the price. It's not the amount of keys.
Yeah, and it was like free shipping from Amazon, and we're complaining about it. It's actually not bad.
It's really not bad.
Okay,
if you would have had this in the 80s, you'd have been like, oh my goodness.
It's so light.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so the main one I think I went through in there is 5 notes, actually. Or was it 6? It was both. It was both. I love the 5-note one, 2 in the left hand, 3 in the right hand, and it's all fourths. But so the key on this, as opposed to kind of obvious, like all perfect fourths,
Which can work too.
which can work too. That's a nice thing, and you move it around chromatically. But these are diatonic movements with the fourths.
Oh, I think these
so
are great.
if we look at G minor, we're starting on G.
And just go up and forth.
Yeah, and you're not worrying about if they're perfect fourths, diminished.
It's diatonic.
It's all diatonic. So it's, C, G, C, F, B flat, E.
Yep.
And then you move through in this case, the Dorian scale, I would recommend.
Yep.
I'm not usually the sloppy, but the key station has certain physical limitations unless you have bear paws that fit in there.
If you breathe on one of the keys, it hits.
Yeah.
So.
But then the fun with these is when you're when you combine in a little bit of chromatic movement. So the way to learn these is to go through all the different keys, or certainly the ones that you want to learn first, but also to learn the voicings chromatically, kind of at the same time almost. If
I
you
think
can.
that's good advice.
Yeah.
So do me a favor. Let's do that same voicing, but let's do one alteration.
Okay.
Play that voicing one more time, starting on G. Oh, key station. Okay. Now the very top note. Let's take it down one whole step.
The veritable so what
The
voicing.
so what voicing? So this is G, C, F, B flat, and then instead of E on top, another fourth, we put a third on there.
Yeah.
Now you can do the exact same thing that you did with the other voicing, moving around diatonically.
Yep. I still consider this a fourth voice.
I do too. It's a stack of fourths with a third on the top.
Funky stacks of fourth thirds.
That's a very common voicing. Obviously, so this is from So What? The yeah.
So what? So yeah, and I think that what you hear, the distinction between those two, this gives it, with the full force, it gives you a little bit more tension. And so as you're moving diatonically, what we're doing is listening for those places where you can resolve the tension. So it's really between like there.
Yep.
That's got more tension because of that augmented fourth.
Yeah.
That tritone. This one has a little more, but the augmented fourth on the bottom, so it's not that big of a thing.
Can I give you an Adam Manis special?
Yes.
So start on B flat. Mm-hmm. B flat is your low note. And then D, a major third up.
Yeah. And then
all
all
now
fourths.
We're still on Dorian. Yeah. So go up on all fourths from there. I love that voice.
Nice. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of...
So it's the same vibe, but inverted, right? So the third is on the bottom.
The third is on the bottom,
yeah.
right. Yeah, so I think that the force, the key with them is it's going to be all fourths. It can be with one third.
You don't want to start stacking thirds in your fourth voicing, because then you just got a third, you got a regular voicing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man, your comping game, every sip you take of that old granddad, you go up another level, man. I got to give it to you.
Let's just get more confident with it. Try 2/3 on every end. Sorry.
That's good. That's good.
Sorry.
Are we going to win that podcast award? I don't know why that just jumped in my mind.
No.
Really? We just filmed an acceptance. It's
yeah.
so random.
All right, first of all, Andrew's going to put a link here to this blog post for the two-handed fourth voicings. Yeah. It's a really, really cool video. Peter's at the piano. You can see the overhead, and he goes through it in a little bit more detail. Check it out for yourself.
I kind of lay it. Is this the one where I lay it? Lay it over Autumn Leaves a little bit?
It's on Autumn Leaves.
Over the changes to Autumn Leaves.
Totally.
Yeah. Because I wanted just to show like what it actually sounds like in usage. So I do some of this total diatonic movement for sure, but then I combine it with a little bit of alterations, I think, and stuff like for how you'd actually move through the changes. Because you can think about it like say over that C minor to F7 to B flat major.
Yeah.
This sounds horrible, doesn't it?
Sounds great.
That sounds good.
Oh, it sounds really good.
Like I'm hearing this over that entire 2-5-1.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to change it. And the tension and release that it's afforded within those voicings actually can work over progression like that.
Yeah, it's so true. Like you don't have to think of the 2-5-1 as three separate chords.
No.
You can use these over the whole thing.
Hells no.
Hells no is what he said.
That's right.
Awesome, man. Well, go check out that blog post. And then we are nominated for the People's Choice Award for the Podcast Awards.
That's right.
And we want to thank everybody who's voted for us already. We're going to have a link to those awards here in the description as well.
Yeah.
Go to the blog, go to the Podcast Awards, and give us a vote. We might win. We're not going to win, but we might win.
We might win. It's so funny because we had to, part of the requirement is that we record the acceptance. We said that already, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, but we think that they're judging us based upon the acceptance award.
Yeah.
Like, how's that for turning it on its head?
Yeah.
So we're definitely not going to win, but hopefully.
All right.
All right. Well, till tomorrow.
You'll hear it.